So, SML movie, The Black Couch. This is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. I just want to show you guys this issue because I thought about it a month ago. I really hope I can share you guys this issue so you won't have to stumble upon this SML movie either. So it was about a month ago, as I said. I was at a house with a friend I had named Gordon. While I joined the SML fanbase in 2018, Gordon has been a fan since 2012, just 3 years before the end of the golden age. Gordon told me that he had a friend, and this friend was an archivist at heart. Gordon was an old friend who also really liked Jeffy, so he managed to stay through the dark times of SML. Gordon's friend, named George, downloaded a copy of an SML video and let us have it. Gordon originally had a YouTube channel where he gave people SML videos to watch before they were made fully public. He pirated the video files so people could watch the videos early. We receive a copy of an unreleased SML video from George after Gordon's channel got terminated for pirating set videos. This was a copy of the official Super Mario Logan movie. For those who don't know about the Super Mario Logan movie drama, Logan has been promising to release an official SML movie for over a year now, and what he has constantly delayed. There's no point in waiting at this point, with fans saying Logan should cancel the movie altogether. We have received a copy of it, and we're either to watch it. We would be the first to see the official SML movie. Gordon and I were having a sleepover and decided to watch the video for the first time. However, when we saw it, it wasn't the SML movie, it was a video titled The Black Couch. Gordon and I were both really confused. We expected to watch the SML movie early, but instead got a regular SML video that was 22 minutes and 17 seconds long, titled The Black Couch. The file had its own custom thumbnail, which I can only explain what was supposed to be the video on YouTube. But it wasn't an ordinary thumbnail. The usually rather bold text was rather thin and dreary looking. The background was a dark field. The only other thing on the thumbnail was Mario. But this was no ordinary Mario. All of the color on the thumbnail was removed, even Mario. He had no eyes, which were replaced with bleeding holes in his skull. You can see his ribs through his overalls. His arms were held down in a depressed way. Gordon didn't want to watch, but I convinced him that we had to, because for all we know, it could just be a troll. It could also be the actual movie for all we know, so we click on the video file and began watching. The video started off with Mario and Jeffy on the red couch, like most modern SML videos. Like most modern SML videos, it began with Mario and Jeffy arguing. Jeffy makes a somewhat valid point, and Mario shoots it down anyway. Then Jeffy gets mad, pulls a catapult from the garage, and proceeds to shoot the couch in the air with the catapult. We see the couch land in the ocean nearby. Of course, Mario starts to get mad at Jeffy even more. Jeffy starts a cussing fit at Mario, and at this point we're both wondering why anything in this episode had to do with the title and thumbnail. But then again, it was a minute and 20 seconds in, so now that I think about it, we shouldn't expect much so far. In the next scene, we see Mario at the furniture store looking for a new couch since the old one is gone. A guy working at the store says there is a perfect couch for the family that's Mario size. He takes Mario to the back where we see a black sectional sofa that can fit every SML character on it. Then we see a scene where all of the major SML characters are sitting on the couch. Mario and Rosalia congratulate Jeffy because without him, they wouldn't have got an awesome new couch. Then in the next scene, we see Bowser Jr. go into Mario's room and asks him if he can make tacos. Mario says they don't even have tacos, and Jr. shouldn't even be in the scene because they're both played by Logan, which I took as a joke. Jr. decided to go into the kitchen and make tacos anyway. While he's making them, he gets dizzy and faints out of nowhere. We get about 30 seconds of a blurry camera zooming in on Jr. while a high-pitched tone plays, then there is silence for a soiled 10 seconds. Jr. gets up, turns his head, and we see something me and Gordon can never unsee. It was a dead woman laying right in front of him. Her face was pale, with her eyes and mouth wide open, with blood oozing out of her mouth, which had almost no teeth. I had no words or thoughts. I felt like I had gone lightheaded from fear watching this video. The camera focused on the woman for a few seconds before he gets scared and runs to his room. He sees the woman standing right in front of the door and slowly walks towards him. He runs into the room with the couch and sees the shadow from the woman walking towards him. He then tries to bury himself in between the couch cushions in an attempt to make it until the morning, then he gets pulled in by something. Then we hear a crunch as he's flailing around in the couch cushions as muffled screams soon faded. That is the last time we see Junior in this episode alive. Then we get the next scene, which takes place the morning after Junior's death. It's a scene outside where we see a picture hanging on a telephone pole. It's a picture of Bowser Jr. with text saying missing. This was unsettling, considering we, the audience, both knew and didn't know what happened to him. Mario, Black, Yoshi, and even Sheila, who conveniently made a comeback in this video going to look for Junior. At last, they never find him. Later that night, we see Jeffy sleeping when he hears a strange noise coming from the hallway. Jeffy's stupidity goes to see what the noises are. He goes into the living room and sees the fact that the noises are coming from the couch. He sticks his head in the couch cushions and says,
"Oh hey, Mr. Weird Noises, what doing?"
For 10 seconds, we hear a weird humming noise in the couch. Then a bloody, mangled hand reached for Jeffy and pulls him into the couch. We see Jeffy waking up in a field similar to the one in the thumbnail. This field is creepy with scarce trees and no color. The only sound for the next 20 seconds is the sound of wind rustling through the trees. Even Jeffy is discolored and appears to be expressionless. Then the scene changes as this mystery world dissolves around him, and Jeffy is now inside a dark void. Then Jeffy hears a slight noise which is creepy laughter and turns around. What he sees is even scarier than before. It was a dead creature. Its body and bones were so mangled that me and Gordon couldn't tell what creature it was. Suddenly it lifts its head up and slowly stares into the camera. Its eyes catch on fire and brightens its face and says in a slow and creepy voice, This is when Jeffy loses it. He begins to scream in panic. But this isn't in his typical manner that has been heard so many times before. This is a scream of true fear, panic, confusion, and loneliness. You can hear the panic in Jeffy's voice as he tries to escape. This creepy figure rises up to about 7 feet tall as the mangled meat and muscle fall of its body as it raises its hands into the air and gives some kind of ancient chant. Soon weapons start to flay around the void as 2 axes slice Jeffy's body, creating a bloody X across his stomach. Then a butcher knife flies around the slowly dying Jeffy as it slams into his head, cutting his skull in half. We watch Jeffy's corpse slowly bleed out for over a minute as the camera slowly zooms out, so slowly that you can barely even notice the camera zooming out. It is now the next day. There is a missing poster for Jeffy hanging over Junior's. Then Mario gets a knock at the door. When he opens it, he sees Mr. Goodman standing there. He says that he might have found a way to find Jeffy and Junior because he secretly installed security cameras in Mario's house because he wants to make sure Mario is working on his house payment. They look at the security tapes and sure enough, they see Junior getting pulled into the couch. They fast forward to the next night and see the same thing happen to Jeffy. Goodman says he has to leave, saying he's getting a call from the police. Then the camera zooms in on Mario's face. Then we see Mario tying a rope around his body as Rosalina lowers him towards the couch to save Jeffy and Junior. Rosalina tells Mario to be careful. Then the police burst into Mario's house and run upstairs, saying that Mario can't go into the couch, and they say that they've been trying to destroy the couch for years, but they haven't been able to find it. Mario pulls out a gun and aims it at the police officers, saying he must save Jeffy and Junior. Then Rosalina pulls out a gun and aims it at Mario, saying that he can't resort to violence, which is pretty ironic considering she's pointing a gun at him. Then Bowser pulls out a gun and aims it at Sheila, saying he will kill her if they don't get Junior out of there. Kinda weird, because since when did Bowser care about Junior's safety, yet alone enough to kill his own ex-wife, even he hated her? Soon every character in the scene has a pistol pointed at one another. There's a few seconds of silence as Mario says that he'd rather die than if Jeffy and Junior die. Brooklyn Guy takes this quite literally as he shoots Mario. Then everybody fired their pistol, killing one another. Then we see a screen with a black background with text saying 3 hours later. It's late at night, all of the lights in the house are out. Mario gets up and crawls away. Every other character in the previous scene are all dead. Mario hears a creepy wailing noise as he stumbles to his feet and runs to a dark room in his house. Then Mario eventually falls back down to the ground. Mario jumps to conclusions that the couch might be a portal for demons to enter the real world, which makes sense because the police were trying to destroy it. Suddenly, a door in the room he's in swings open. This is the forgotten door from the SML video, the secret door. He decides to wipe out the spirits in there till the morning. Mario crawls in the room as the door swings shut behind him. It's pitch black in the secret room. Then we hear thunder as a shadowy figure fades in and stares at Mario for a split second, and then it fades away, only to reappear a couple of seconds later, but fades away again. This is the same creepy Mario figure with no eyes in the thumbnail, but this was happening behind the real Mario, so he couldn't see it. Then it reappears and disappears a couple more times. We get one more shot from Mario's point of view. He looks up and sees a shocking sight. It's a dark shot of Jeffy and Junior's mangled bodies hanging by nooses. Of course, they didn't kill themselves. Whatever put them there must have put them there to anger Mario. Then we see lightning as the creature from the thumbnail appears in front of Mario's face and screams a high-pitched scream. That's where the episode ended. Then the SML question popped up, but it didn't say anything special. It wasn't even a question. It was just a black screen with no music saying SML question. You're next. There was no caption at the bottom saying that the funniest comment wins a free game or anything. Once me and Gordon shut the laptop, I went into the hallway and saw blood on the walls and shroud-covered puppet bodies on the hallway. The puppets began to speak on their own, telling me to save myself. I didn't know if I was hallucinating or I had schizophrenia and didn't know it. I knew I wasn't as I felt the blood on the wall when I touched it. Then I picked up one of the puppets' bodies as it was flailing around in my hand. I picked up a rifle off the floor and went into the kitchen, expecting a homicidal intruder, but instead I saw something shocking. It was the creature from the black void in the video. It raised its head and asked me in a slow and deep voice, That was the last thing I saw before I blacked out, and since then I haven't went back to Gordon's house. So that's going to be the end of the creepypasta. I really hope you enjoy and comment the most creepiest part. I thought it was very creepy. So anyways, I love you all and have a great day.